Welcome back to the Daily Mikal Show. Today we got Formula One explained by an idiot, and I'm an idiot about Formula One. So, I mean, don't they both kind of go together? He said it himself, an idiot. An idiot. I look, he like the idiot word. It's kind of funny. I like people. I like self-deprecation. But him explaining Formula One to me, an idiot. So maybe we mesh. Now, if you're new, press that subscribe button. We're on the road to 5,000, maybe even 4,500, because the way we're moving, it's kind of low. We're kind of trying to get through the mud right now. But I'm going to stop doing so much talking right now and get right to the video. Let's get it.
Racing for so many years now, and I, a very, very intellectual F1 fan, am going to attempt to explain it. Except I'm not exactly very intellectual. Now, Formula 1 has its glamour, beauty, speed, adrenaline, and engineering is essentially 20 rich guys driving in circles. Thank you so much.
Super rich. What I found out in the video we explained how much an F1 car costs. This is a super rich sport. It's not for the poor. Not for us. I'm poor. I never have a chance to race.
Now, of course, Formula 1 isn't just 20 millionaires driving in circles, but the circles are on crack, although, not gonna lie, it's kind of accurate. But you know, Formula 1 is so much more than that, and I'm going to bring you guys deep down the rabbit hole. Obviously, some of you are probably watching this because you want to try to get into Formula 1, which is relatively pretty easy, as you can probably tell. But if you're already a diehard fan, okay, I kind of don't know why the hell you're still watching this video, but hey, you know, this video is going to be one hell of a journey.
Let me know how many of y'all are diehard F1 fans. And do something for me. Right now, go down in the comment section and recommend a video. You can do it now after the video, but do it at some point. Recommend a F1 video or any random video.
Clear your tears away if you're a Ferrari fan. Grab your Red Bull or your Monster Energy. And this is going to be Formula 1 explained by an idiot.
Let's go! What we got? I want to learn something. I've been watching, but I really don't understand. I understand because it's cars, but I really don't understand. You feel what I'm saying? Whoa, this is hard. I gotta watch a lot. When's the next live F1 event?
Alright, so starting off with the basic stuff, F1 is a sport where 10 teams with 2 drivers each race for points that tally up to a Drivers' World Championship, which is equivalent to like the Piston Cup. The F1 season
Piston Cup, like Lightning McQueen? Fernando was in cars too, so I kind of get it.
And ends in November. December to February is essentially the season break where there's no F1, aka the time where I lose my sanity and curl up into a ball and start crying. But it's also the time where some spicy F1 news gets released. In work terms, it's like hearing your favorite manager got fired or a coworker moved to the rival's business. So there are 24 different races this year, and in each race, drivers essentially score points, and the one with the most points wins the championship. Points are only given to drivers who finish within the top 10, essentially saying skill issue to the other 10 on the grid.
Once again, most unsportive driver of the grid. Suck my balls, mate.
But aside from that,
Suck
these
my balls,
also
mate.
tally up to a
Suck my balls, mate.
Constructors Championship, which is the combined points of the 2 drivers in a team. The team
That's
with the most points from both drivers takes the Constructors Championship, and the higher the team places...
Damn, Mercedes went on a run, didn't they?
Combined points of the 2 drivers in a team. The team with
World Championship Constructors. Ferrari was on a run. I ain't gonna lie. Red Bull were on a little 4th streak. Then Mercedes said, fuck that. That's big ball, some people. I guess Mercedes just got introduced at this moment and said, WW. How many is that? Did they beat Ferrari? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they have the most consecutively. I think Ferrari has the most overall, if I'm looking here. Kind of looks like. But yeah, why isn't Lambo in this? Why doesn't Lambo make cars to compete in this?
the most points from both drivers takes the Constructors Championship, and the higher the team places, the more money that they get. Now, every single team in F1 has 2 drivers. There's no way around that. You can't have 3, probably just a reserve driver, which is essentially somebody to back up the other 2 drivers in case somebody gets sick. So every team has to have 2 drivers. Except for Aston Martin, because Lance Stroll is incapable of being a good driver.
You've got to lift it. No. Hammond, you idiot, man.
Aston Martin music.
How can you be so useless, man?
Now, each team, before the season starts, develops a car that follows the regulations set by the
That's
FIA.
beautiful.
If you don't know what the FIA is, it stands for Forever an Insufferable Pain in the Ass.
No, Mike, that was so not right.
So the FIA basically makes these regulations that all teams have to follow to make their cars, and each team has to try to develop the
isn't that they kind of got to do that though?
fastest car, which will help their drivers win points. Now, the development of the car also involves engines. So far, there are 4 engine manufacturers in F1, which are Mercedes, Ferrari, Honda, and Renault. Teams will have to choose an engine to work with, and they have to create the most aerodynamically efficient car on the grid. Because if they don't, something like this happens.
Oh!
Alright guys, so ready up for me to nerd out. I'm straight up gonna look like this. And this time I'm gonna be speedrunning some F1 terms you need to know. Pretty much the ones you need to know to understand everything that I'm gonna say. Because if I don't include this part, I'll actually just sound like a professional yapper throughout the video. Okay, so here we go. Pole position. It's basically where a driver qualifies with the fastest time and starts first on the grid. Charles Leclerc is very familiar with that, but is incapable of winning from that position. Next is a podium. No, it's not the
We reacted. He's the one that raced the drone, Max.
thing that Joe Biden stands on when he's trying to deliver a speech. Big emphasis on the word trying.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him.
Instead, a podium in F1 is where a driver finishes
Americans, we're cooked. We're fucking cooked.
within the top 3, essentially second or third, as they get to stand on a podium after a race and potentially break another person's trophy. Another term is back markers, the teams or drivers that are all the way back of the competition. They're just there, all the way back there, which is something that Nikita Mazepin is very familiar with. Moving on, we have P1, P2, and P3. The P is for position, and the number after that is, well, it's kind of obvious. If you do not understand that, I swear to God, there is no hope for you to understand Formula 1. Pit stops are where drivers change their tires, and you start to hear flies in your ears. And finally, DRS,
that sounds so hard.
And finally, DRS.
Quick! I didn't even peep how quick they changed them tires. Bro, what the
and
fuck?
Finally, DRS, which makes your car go faster as its rear wing opens, which allows for less drag. And it can only be active in the DRS zones of a racetrack. If you don't know what it stands for once again, then this video will certainly help you out.
And then they start catching up, he'll be grateful.
You know what DRS stands for, Noah?
What?
Suck my dick.
Alright, so now we have the race weekends. It's essentially the schedule of an F1 race, which takes place on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday is...
So they race through the whole weekend.
Drivers from...
You don't see this right here? You gonna keep leaving me down bad like this and not subscribe? Come on, please, my brother, please.
Familiarize themselves with the track. Saturday is qualifying, which determines where you place on the grid, and Sunday is the race day. But not gonna lie, I'm kind of not really satisfied with that explanation. A more accurate way to put the race weekend is essentially Friday, everybody is delusional. Saturday, Ferrari fans are extremely happy, and on Sunday, Red Bull fans are extremely happy as we.
So Red Bull runs F1 right now.
Dutch national anthem for the 23rd time in a year.
Oh, it's textbook stuff, Max.
No, come on, stop this shit.
I gotta watch, bro. I gotta watch the video,
What
bro.
happens once the race goes on? What happens after it's lights out and away we go? Well, believe it or not, it's not just cars going in circles over and over. Although most of it is pretty much that. There's something called hardware, which I'm gonna explain as clearly as possible in bedroom terms. There's the hard tires, which last the longest. There's the soft tires, which finishes the fastest. Medium tires are kind of the in-between. Wet tires is used when the track gets spicy and slippery. And the final tire compound is intermediates, which are used when the track is somewhat wet, which is about 1 to 3 milliliters damp, whereas for wets, it's ideal for when the track is really wet, like something around 4 milliliters damp and above.
Nerd!
Biggest nerd in history.
Back.
My goodness. Pardon my F1 addiction, guys. It's actually incurable. Like, I would be watching F1 while doing literally anything, to the point where I would run out of content to watch and start watching videos of a monkey putting out the fastest lap in a race.
Yo, he moving at me though.
Anyways, we have pit stops. So this is where the teams switch out their tires in a race. Teams are required to pit at least once and change to a different tire compound. So once again, in bedroom terms,
So you can't use the same tire twice.
you're hard and she's wet, you probably don't last as long as a pit stop, which is like sub 3 seconds. I have no idea if you guys understood that. But just as a rundown of what it's like when F1 teams pit, Red Bull's pit stops usually go like this.
Zoom.
While Ferrari's pit stops are pretty much this.
Look, they're not even there. There's not a single intermediate tyre in sight.
They came in, whether that was the driver who called it or the...
As for strategy, different races means
Still got fast. What happened to Ferrari? We just looked and they were going crazy with the car. I don't get it.
The driver who called it or the...
As for strategy, different races means different tires can be used. For example, there could be races that require drivers to have 2 pit stops because their tires don't last as long, or some people would go on a one-stop strategy and risk it all. Strategies can change depending on the situation, but essentially the teams opt for the most optimal tire combo, except for Ferrari.
Box, Carlos box.
Oh.
Confirmed the box. Oh, why were they telling it to pit?
Now, with all of the info on Formula 1,
Let's get the teams in driving.
thrown into your faces like Logan Sargent whenever he sees a barrier, you're probably wondering, which team should I support? And well,
Fact.
that's an amazing question because
We're picking our team right here. Y'all let me know what team y'all like down below. I'm picking my team right here.
being, you know, a very intelligent
And I'm not picking Red Bull because they already tough. I can't do that. I'm not one of those people that jump on the best team. That's not my fun way. That's not how I roll.
Formula 1 fan, I'm going to give you guys the most accurate guide on F1 teams and drivers. Trust me,
Okay.
you will never see more accurate information in the world than this video.
YouTube Premium is ad-free YouTube and background play.
It's a Ferrari.
It's a shitbox.
Ferrari.
So this team has pretty much had depressed drivers and fans since 2007. They do completely abysmal team strategies that make you think that you're high on crack, and has completely destroyed their past legacy of being the strongest team in Formula 1. Their driver Charles Leclerc
I was gonna say, it looked like at one point they were the strongest.
$1 on his therapist after the tragedy, also called the 2022 season, and he's probably going to spend more after his contract extension. Now, if you don't know how this contract stuff works, basically these drivers are like employees and can get replaced or kept when their contract expires. Like the other driver Carlos Sainz, who is going to be replaced by Lewis Hamilton in 2025. Hey guys.
Oh, so I should. They've been telling me to react to Lewis. So maybe I should pick a Ferrari. Maybe I should pick Ferrari because y'all say in the comments of one of the videos like Lewis was that guy, and I may have to rock with Lewis and be a Ferrari guy because I see the vision. I see the vision. Do you see the vision? Because I kind of see the vision Ferrari going with. They're trying to get some comp drivers. We don't know much, but the way y'all was going on about Lewis.
Is it hammer time yet? Copy, we are checking.
Change your car. You've got a problem.
Okay, Red Bull.
Car.
Next up is Red Bull. Their theme song is pretty much the Dutch national anthem, or
Yeah, we already know, bro.
some of their fans started supporting them probably because they're Dutch, or their team has been losing too much to the point where supporting Red Bull is their only way of coping. Red Bull also has the literal F-35 fighter jet as their Formula 1 car, since their chief technical officer has an entire research facility built into his head. As for their drivers, their main driver has daddy issues and their second driver forgot how to drive in 2023.
Oh, whoa!
I've crashed it. I've crashed it almost.
We see that. We see that.
Mikey, no, Mikey.
I ain't gonna lie, maybe I'm Mercedes though, just because I like Mercedes.
So not right.
As for Mercedes, their team principal has a deep hatred for headsets, and they used to dominate a couple years ago, but now they completely forgot how to build a car. Now, Mercedes fans are some of the funniest people out there, but also some of the most ungodly, annoying fans in the world. Particularly Team LH, aka Lewis Hamilton Glazers, still talking about him being 8-time world champion, which I do understand if you find the 2021 season controversial, but these guys are literally putting 8-time world champion literally everywhere. Like, I would see comments saying Lewis is 8-time world champion in a YouTube video analyzing the Cars movie. Now, of course, I don't target all of you Mercedes fans out there. There's some of you guys who are, you know, actually normal.
So Lewis is washed up, so I shouldn't go with Ferrari. No, don't kill me. Is Lewis washed up? The way he's making it seems like Lewis washed up. Do we rock with Ferrari or we going with Mercedes? I need to know.
To all of the Team LH fans out there, instead of yapping about how the FIA is racist, instead use that energy to pray that Lewis has a good therapist since he's going to Ferrari in 2025. Also, Mercedes' other driver, George Russell, has a crippling addiction of crashing into people.
To the outside and cover.
Damn, what the fuck, bro?
There you go, George Russell.
This how I race on GTA.
He's had into me.
And radio check, please.
Ooh, maybe go with the McLaren.
Up and down, side to side, like a roller coaster.
McLaren is basically the papaya team. They're orange and a team with a really,
like the
really
color.
rich history and a strong one as well, as long as we decide to ignore their, McLaren-Honda partnership. Overall, they're a strong powerhouse in F1 along with Mercedes, Ferrari, and Red Bull. As for their drivers, Lando Norris can't finish P1 probably until he's like 73 years old and is mentally incapable of saying anything normal in an interview.
Man's had a good moustache. It might be that I'm not able to grow.
While Oscar Piastri is really talented and so happy that he literally looks like this.
Alpine.
Now, Alpine is what I call
Alpine.
the schizophrenic team. Like, literally, these guys are fighting absolutely no one other than their own imaginations. They're just a team that's just there. They don't stand out, but if you like a car that's pink, like one of my friends who doesn't know
car
exactly
color
what
is
they're
hard.
then sure, you can definitely support them. Now, what about their drivers? How good are they? Well,
You don't see this right here? You gonna keep leaving me down bad like this and not subscribe? Come on, please, my brother, please.
all you need to know about them is that they're both French. Okay, on to the next team.
Factory exchange.
Wow, what?
The fastest lap attempt
I think I'm going with
For
Ferrari,
Williams,
bro.
money ruined their capability to keep up in recent times. They've had a rich history like the other big powerhouses. Williams used to be a backmarker team for a couple of years, but their comeback has been slow but strong. I could say the same for my academics. Actually, never mind, not really. I've actually been doing awful. I'm just deluding myself. Anyways,
Facts,
as for
bro.
the drivers, Logan Sargent and Alex Albon, one of them doesn't know what a kilometer is, and the other one is very nice. That was honestly
I may have to rock with this team because I don't know what a kilometer is. Oh, he's American. That's why you said that. Hey, I don't know what a kilometer is either, brother.
know what a kilometer is, and
I don't
one
either.
is very nice. That was
No matter how many times they try to convert it in the comments, I will never learn this shit. I don't understand it. I just don't understand why America did us like. Aston Martin
showed huge promise at the start of the 2023 season until they scrambled like maniacs not knowing how to develop their car. Also, yeah guys, throughout the season, teams in F1 can introduce upgrades to their car as long as they don't reach the cost cap, which is a limit of how much they can spend throughout the year. Now, most of the time, upgrades work brilliantly, except for whatever Aston Martin has been putting into their cars halfway throughout 2023. When it comes to their drivers, one of them is a 75-year-old rookie who makes TikToks every day but still keeps up with the
Is he actually 75?
Their other driver is
There's no way he's actually
consistently
75.
garbage that another team even roasted him in an interview.
Dominating.
All right, one more.
This is like Alonso and Stroll.
Are you having fun with this? You all right with
Yo, getting roasted in F1 is kind of wild. I ain't gonna lie.
Of you let the team down.
Haas, Sauber, and the RB Formula 1 team. Now, these three are just there, It's really sad. They don't stand out. They're essentially the back markers, and when it comes to their drivers, one driver is allergic to finishing in the podiums, another got his wife pregnant after getting pole position, this one is the type to get friend-zoned, the other guy is a Finnish Australian who posts...
So he got pole position and couldn't race because he had to watch his kid be born. That's kind of crazy.
his butt online. Another dude is planning to open a restaurant but never does it despite having millions of dollars. And the final driver is a high performance athlete.
I'm a high performance athlete. Athletes sweat. Sweat, baby. Sweat, sweat.
I see what you mean by that. Alright. I think I'm gonna take my talents. I'm gonna take my talents. Damn, this is hard. It's between Mercedes. Between Mercedes and Ferrari, bro. And since I see that Ferrari logo in the background, I'm going to Ferrari. I'm a Ferrari guy.
At the start of the video
Fuck
and
it.
until now, I've been saying that F1 is literally the pinnacle of motorsports. Apart from the Cars movie, of course. But what makes F1 so good? Well, it's the crashes and accidents, which usually go like this.
Oh my, what the fuck?
Rubber on. Now ready to attack. Wait, what's the problem? Took it. There's a wheel in the
So crashes and accidents in F1 are not
Whoa.
just entertaining, but they can cause the track to be dangerous. And this results in flags being waved during a session. One of them is the yellow flag, single ones which are usually waved when a car goes off track or a minor incident happens, while double yellow flags are for hazardous things. Next up is the red flag, which are for major
red for?
incidents,
Oh,
like
they
Joe
stopped.
Guan Yu
Oh
getting
my
his car
God.
turned into a fidget spinner, Charles Leclerc crashing in Monaco for like the 50th time, and Sergio Perez in literally every race in 2023. Now there's also other flags like the blue flag, which warns slower cars that a faster one is approaching them. There's the black flag for a penalty warning or a disqualification. Green flag, which means that the race is on again. And finally the checkered flag, where drivers decide the winner through a chess game after the race. That was a joke, in case you guys couldn't tell. Another amazing part of F1 are the team radios, which my boy Fernando Alonso here is known for some iconic ones like these.
Mate, I have no brakes.
Don't forget that there's also Kimi Raikkonen, who talks more.
Break, I have no mates.
Or some iconic
no tires.
Like these.
Mate, I have no brakes.
No tires. We're out of the point.
Don't forget that there's also Kimi Raikkonen, who talks more on the radio than he does anywhere else.
Quite famous by you two.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hey.
Hey. Hey!
Steering wheel. Somebody tell him to give it to me. Come on!
In F1, there's also rivalries like Charles and Max throughout the start of the 2022 season until Ferrari completely destroyed Charles's mental health. There's also the iconic 2021 season, which also had a rivalry between Max and Lewis, where these two were so attracted to each other in the race that the FIA almost gave them a penalty for public display of affection. Alright, so next up are the rules, which are made by the FIA, who decide on who gets punished when they break the rules. And well, they're known for some pretty controversial decisions, which really just explains the forever and insufferable pain in the ass. But anyways, here's some of the most important rules in F1. So track limits. If 4 wheels of your car gets off the white lines of a track, they blow you up. If you're speeding in the pit lane, you're going too fast, they blow you up. Overtaking rules, you kiss another car, they blow you up. And lastly, the final and most important rule,
so you get
if you're Romain Grosjean, you actually blow up.
Okay, let's go and get him. Yeah. I have it printed out.
Alright, so the next aspect
of actually blew up.
Rule, if you're Romain
Did he
Grosjean,
live? Nah, there's no way he would joke if he did.
Okay, let's go and get him. Yeah. I have it printed out.
Alright, so the next aspect of Formula 1 are its team principals. Now these guys are pretty much the leader of their teams and are the people who are guiding them to victory. Now the team principal of Mercedes, Toto Wolff, is known for printing things out, and he's pretty much a mafia boss turned into Pookie Bear in recent seasons.
Die funktionieren im Moment nicht.
That's harassment.
Next up is Christian Horner, the team principal of Red Bull. He got unbelievably roasted by Martin Brundle.
Shame you're too old to have driven here, really.
I am too old to have driven here, but
you would have liked it.
Yeah. Shame you wasn't fast enough to get to Formula 1.
Oh shit.
And there's also the team principal of Aston Martin, Mike Crack. I'm not gonna say anything about his name. Next up is James Vowles, who still gives severe nightmares to Valtteri Bottas.
It is really doing this.
Valtteri, it's James. Please abort the fastest lap attempt before the end of the lap.
Next is Andrea Stella, the team principal for McLaren. I honestly didn't even know this guy was team principal. Like, I still think it's Pookie Bear Zach Brown because, like, he's just 10 times more entertaining despite him being cringy in some certain moments.
Abbiamo fatto noi.
Arrivederci.
Finally, it's gonna be
a river dirt. What the fuck does that even mean?
He was replaced recently, but piss off, you know, he's still in my heart. Anyway, Günther is the type of guy to swear 9 times in a sentence with only 5 words in it.
He does not smash my door. Tell him that. If he doesn't want to come back, he better tells me now. Yeah. He smashed my door.
Smashed my
door.
That
is Formula 1 and the best explanation that I can.
I learned a few things. I feel like I learned a few.
For it, it's obviously, you know, the most accurate explanation of the sport, but I might still have probably missed a couple of things throughout making this video, so if I did miss out on anything,
leave it in the comments.
Let me know. But what I do know, though, is that even if I might have fumbled, I didn't fumble as hard as Lance Stroll did in 2023. Thank you so much for watching.
Hey, man, let me know what y'all think, man. Did y'all learn anything? I learned a few, I think. I think. Let me know what y'all think, though. I love y'all, man. Recommend some more Formula 1 videos. I learned a lot. I became a Ferrari fan. Next video we got today, it'll be dropping the same day this one drops. Bill Burr, and then we got Beastie Boys today. So if you rock with any of those, go check those out. If you want more Formula 1, it'll be 2 videos on this right here. Insane speed and how much a Formula One costs. We also have a video on the channel about the Jerome versus Max. So if you want to check that out, go on the channels there. I love y'all, man. I'm out.